Ladies and gentlemen of the Rake, greetings and salutations. I'm here to talk to you about our latest timepiece. It's the Ralph Lauren for the Rake Negroni Barefoot watch. So that's the watch I happen to have on my wrist. And you know, the story of the Polo Bear goes all the way back to the late 80s. In the late 80s, the designers from Ralph Lauren's team made tiny stiff teddy bears dressed in menswear for both him and his brother Jerry. Ralph Lauren and his brother Jerry loved these so much that in 1991 they created a limited edition of these bears to be sold in their shop in Madison Avenue in New York. They were sold out, I think, over the course of the weekend, something like that, and today they're the object of huge cult collectability. In 2001, Ralph Lauren started to use the Polo Bear as a motif on various different types of clothing, and since then, that has also become the object of cult collectability. There was a collaboration between Ralph Lauren and Palace Skateboards, for example, with a Polo Bear. I think he was doing an ollie on his skateboard, and I think those sweaters are going for something like $1,000, $1,500 today, when I think they were quite a bit less when they were initially launched. So anyway, we've always loved the Polo Bear, and I think particularly during last year, we thought of the Polo Bear as being this beautiful, warm, childlike symbol of hope. But we thought, if we could ever do a Polo Bear, how could we change it up to be more reflective of the identity of the Rake? And we said, okay, he should be drinking a Negroni, because that is kind of our house drink. So we launched last year the Ralph Lauren Polo Bear Negroni Bear New York watch. We call it a New York watch because, of course, that's the birth of Ralph Lauren. It's the roots of Ralph Lauren. And he's dressed in this beautiful black tuxedo. So what you may not know about the Polo Bear is that he is an avid traveler, and he's usually found in various different places, from his country home in Montauk in the Hamptons, or he could even be in Telluride where he has this beautiful ranch. He also has an amazing house in Jamaica, which was once the home of the legendary Bill and Babe Paley. But we reached out to the Polo Bear and we said, listen, sir, Polo Bear, what is it that you would like to do when you first get out of of this crazy situation that we've been in for the last year, when you're fully vaccinated, when people can travel again? And he said, I want to travel to the Maldives. And we said, that's such a great coincidence, because we've just opened a shop in the Maldives in an interesting development, which is 40 minutes away from the mainland of Malé in the Maldives, and which comprises of 4 sister islands, all of which have been reclaimed on a private reef. So we said, well, why don't we make a tribute to you going to the Maldives and visiting the resort where we will have our first shop? He said he loved the idea, and he said, you know, he had the perfect outfit that he wanted to wear when he went to the Maldives. He said that would comprise of his white double-breasted dinner jacket, his blue braided trousers, and of course his shirt and bow tie. But very interestingly, he said, you know what I'm missing the most over the course of the last year? He said, I'm missing the feeling of like sand beneath my feet, or in his case, paws. And I think that we can all relate to this. I said, I think once we can travel again, we'll all want to go next to a body of water. We're going to want to jump into the ocean, and we're all going to want to feel the sand beneath our feet or paws, depending on if you're a human or a bear. So we decided to create this watch, which depicts the Polo Bear. He's wearing his white dinner jacket, he's wearing his blue braided trousers, and he is barefoot, of course. And he's, of course, drinking the Negroni, which is the symbolic drink of the Rake. It was really interesting because in conversation with the Polo Bear, he said, you know, this whole idea of being barefoot is actually a very uniquely American thing. And he told me that it went back to 1953 when a reporter and a photographer were dispatched to Hyannisport to interview, at the time, Senator John Kennedy and his fiancée Jacqueline Bouvier. And what was very interesting about the photographs that appeared in Life magazine afterwards in 1953, which was in a story that was called Senator Kennedy Goes A-Courting, if I'm not mistaken, was that the photographer showed them all at play in this sort of beautiful, glamorous setting, but they were never wearing shoes, as you would imagine people wouldn't next to the beach. And soon this idea of being barefoot became this really kind of cool, vagabond chic kind of thing that was done anytime you were in a resort. So we love the idea of being in black tie. We love the dynamic contrast of that, being barefoot with your black tie, in your tropical black tie, and so we've created this watch. We kind of think of this watch as being a symbol of renewal. It's a symbol of when we can all travel again. It's a symbol of the camaraderie we would all like to share when we can see each other. And I think if you close your eyes, you can already smell the ocean and feel the sand beneath your feet. So we've made this in a limited edition of 200 watches. It comes with 2 straps. It comes in this nylon strap, because of course you're going to want to jump into the water with it. And it also comes on a lovely dark blue calf strap with a white top stitching as well. And it's got the sort of quick release spring bars in the back where you can swap them around very, very easily. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining us. And to all of you that are watching, I would like to toast you, not with a Negroni, but with a Spritz, which is actually our other house drink. Take care. Cheers.